Hands up.
What is up, you guys? Welcome back to episode 128 of the TCR podcast, reporting live from beautiful Tampa, Florida, baby. What's up, babe?
Good morning, you guys. Like Mando said, welcome back. And as he mentioned, the weather, he said beautiful Tampa, Florida, but the weather these past few days has been chef's kiss. Yeah, we are in the high 60s, low 70s. Not so much humidity. Well, actually, I think low humidity.
Low humidity today we have 79 degrees. Amazing weather. It feels so really good out there.
Actually, in the past, a lot of you guys on live and Messenger and TikTok randomly ask me when is the best time to come to Florida. I always say between now, like March and April and the beginning of May. A lot of people wait till the summer to come, and honestly, for me, that is the worst time to come because it's our worst weather. Meaning, it's our rainy season number one, it's hurricane season number two, and because it's our rainy season, it's super humid.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't mind the humidity, I would say don't worry about the rain so much. It's not really thunderstorms or anything that will ruin the whole day. It's more like little showers throughout the day, which makes the whole day usually very humid. But if you guys come regardless in the summer, I know that's when the kids are off. I know it's a thing to come. You could just check the weather. If it's going to be raining in Tampa, maybe drive an hour south and hit up another area and it won't be raining there. So it's not like all of Florida.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Oh, it's not like all of Florida rains at the same time, you know. So.
Yeah, so you could like jump around from one spot to another, no pasa nada.
Which we do all the time. Yeah. Like if we have plans to go to, like, let's say Clearwater and it's gonna rain in Tampa that weekend, we'll just be like, we'll wait till the day of and we'll check the weather and be like, okay, it's gonna rain in Clearwater. Let's go south to Nokomis and bam, we're fine.
Yep.
So a little fun fact or tip if you guys are traveling to Florida.
Because that's like the best. Well, the easiest time to come, which is in the summer, but it's not the best time. Like Lily Bay says it, but like you said, if you don't mind, come through, come to Tampa, come visit us, come check out the studio. You guys are more than welcome to come check us out.
And you know what? I don't know who I was talking about this same subject with yesterday.
Okay.
And I mentioned how it's crazy that my eyebrow guy, I was telling him that it's crazy how many people actually do come to Tampa.
Yeah.
Right? Like my mom almost every weekend tells me, oh my God, you had some people come here from Chicago, from New York, and I'm like, they came to Tampa?
Little old Tampa Bay.
Because I don't consider Tampa to be like, let's say Miami, New York, LA. But the amount of people that actually do come through or that message me that they're coming to Tampa is crazy. Yeah. So we're coming up over here or whatever.
Yeah, I just go to downtown now and I just see the growth there, and it's crazy. It's super impressive, and I'm super excited to see what Tampa is going to turn into like in the next 5-10 years, you know?
Yeah, and we do have a lot of friends that come visit us. Shout out to our friends Fanny, Fierro, and Severo that came this past weekend from Houston, and they literally love coming.
Yeah,
like they're always talking about, imagine moving over here. Yeah. And I get why people do love it. Even Mondo moved over here from Miami. There's a lot to do. The beaches are literally less than an hour away, 45 minutes. The closest one maybe 30 minutes away. There's a lot of different bars / clubbing areas. There's Ybor, there's Soho. There is even like Water Street now. You could bar hop there.
Then theme parks like 45 minutes away.
Theme parks 45 minutes that way. And not just one. There's like 30 over there.
The best.
There's a lot to do in this little area. That's why when people come, I'm like, okay, but what do you want to do? Because if you're only coming 2 days, are you like coming with the family? Do you want to do kid things? Right. Are you coming to party? Do you want to do the nightlife? Like, there's so much diversity and things you could do. So definitely, you could be out here for a week or two or longer. Yep. But anyways, that's enough.
Anyways, I was actually looking for a screenshot of a comment that someone left on the podcast last week. And I couldn't find it, but I'm gonna read it to you guys. This is what I remember. It was a post, right? It was a comment, and then somebody comment right down below. This is why you guys, if you guys are social media creators or post on social media, you guys shouldn't really read the comments because it took me in a roller coaster. and I want to address it. Not in a bad way. Like, I already know. We've been doing this for way too long for someone's comment to affect me. But I'm going to bring it up.
He hasn't told me this.
Yeah, I haven't told you. So we could learn from it and maybe make it better.
So the fact that you're telling me it took you through a roller coaster, now I'm excited to hear this.
So the first comment said, damn, like you guys content, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys content is so amazing. It's really good. I don't know why you guys don't have more followers. It doesn't make any sense, right? Like, you guys should have more followers. That's what that first comment said. And somebody replied right down below, well, their content is super boring. They talk about the same subjects every single week. They're talking about the podcast.
Okay.
That's why
it took you through that roller coaster.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't read the comments. But I read the comments to respond, to interact with you guys, but it doesn't affect me. So this week, I was like, you know what? Let me piggyback on that just in case. Just in case I wanted to show that person something different. Let's do it. We're going to start at the top with some
super random
things right away. This right here was not even on the script for today, but we went to go get our drinks. Shout out to Veb. And right away, they asked us, have you heard about the biggest chisme going on right now? I'm like, we're on TikTok a lot. And we're on social media a lot, and we have not heard. So I don't know if you guys have heard back at home this chisme between another chisme going down, Ángel Aguilar and Cazu, babe. Pretty much what started this once again was Cazu's new song called Con Otra. In that song, she pretty much says que te va a engañar. No te deseo mal, pero te va a engañar con otra y será con otra y recordarás. Pretty much you're going to go through the same shit that I went through. But before we get into that, there might be people that don't know the chisme behind the whole story. So you want to share that part, like a little rewind of what's going on behind the scenes?
From what I know, because I don't really
the chisme
know
TikTok.
too much, but we kind of got a little bit more information today. We talked about this too before, right? Okay, so Cristian Nodal cheated on his girl with Angela, right?
Yes. And Cazu was his girl at one point.
Yeah, that girl,
pregnant.
His ex is Cazu, which is also a singer, right? It all happened while right after she had a baby, right?
After or during?
Like right after they had a baby. And so since then, there's been a lot of either Team Cazu or Team Angela, because people saw it as like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, how are you gonna do this? They were at one point friends, the two girls. They would hype each other up on social media, and then eran fan de su relación. Hashtag if you know, you know. And so then when this happened, it was like WTF, right? This has been about maybe
2 years, a year.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go with a year.
Okay.
Let's go with a year.
And fast forward to right now, she finally dropped a diss track. Cazu dropped a diss track. And I did listen to it, and I was like, damn, that shit's crazy, because ella se la tiró a todas, even sus parents. Like, your parents should have taught you better, little girl.
Robado se va lo que robado viene. Tu papá y tu mamá debieran enseñártelo. So pretty much, like Lily said, throwing it at her parents too, throwing it at everyone. Él me extraña y ni siquiera lo miro. Niña, no tengo intenciones de quitártelo.
Damn.
Threw it all out, no pasa nada. And that song...
No filter.
That song that we're talking about, go check it out, you guys, on Spotify, Con Otra, after this podcast. I feel like she put a Mexican touch to it, because her is more like trap, more indie vibes. And this one has like a Mexican touch with like, I'm going to say Mexican touch because it has an acordeon, but it gives me a little more vallenato vibes. But she knew exactly where to target it, you know, to the Mexican people. Make sure Ángel Aguilar hears it.
Supposedly she addressed it already.
And what'd she say?
Something about, well, it's hard for me to believe anything, because people
it's not coming out of their words, right?
People could take an old interview, like a little piece from it, and say, oh my gosh, she addressed it. But it's from an old ass interview. But so don't quote me, but
we're not going to quote you.
She basically said like, ha ha ha, you're just trying to make money off of this.
Oh, okay. I hear that.
But then people in the comments are like, bitch, you kept doing interviews about the whole situation at the beginning, so you were monetizing, and then she kept quiet up until now. I'm doing this song about it, but I don't know. Take it for what it is. That's just what we heard, what we saw. She got 19 million views on
crazy,
her YouTube video in 5 days, which is amazing. And I do like the song.
It was a Nina for me. Calling her a Nina, that was like the main thing too. The song is really good though. If you've gone through something like that, you could really like relate with that song and all the words that in there. It's like direct. It's like a direct hit. It's not bullshitting around.
But then you see me going down the rabbit holes because I'm starting to do some little, investigating before we start talking about topics. I randomly saw another TikTok about another girl that supposedly Cazu took her man from her.
Oh my God.
But it could be fake. Again, it's hard for me to believe anything. But that lady is saying, ha ha ha, this sounds very familiar. Remember when...
Because it happened to her.
When you took my man when I was like 8 months pregnant. And supposedly the girl has like receipts going back and forth. Is that true? I have no idea. People take things like this and use it for clout and make shit up all the time. But... when I was going down that rabbit hole, that's what I was seeing. And I was like, damn, this is getting good. So if you guys are into that situation, I would recommend going down that rabbit hole because there's a lot of new little strands in there. But babe, you just kind of like, you brought up the comments that this person made. And then you didn't even let me comment on it and jumped right into this. But what I was about to say is this person said what again?
Cazu or who?
No, the comment that you started all this with.
That our show was boring and we talk about the same crap every week.
And then you're like, so let me do something different. And I'm like, something different. Every single episode for me, we talk about what's trending, the new things. And then you started talking about Cazu and Angela. So it wasn't new. We have talked about this before.
They pretty much saying that we talk about like our lives, the same thing every weekend kind of deal. Sorry, I didn't express that.
Yeah, but I don't think we do. I'm just putting in my 2 cents because coming from me, this is Mondo's podcast, and he brings up a lot of subjects that I have no idea about. Like I have, like even this Cazu new song, I had no idea about this.
Yeah, well, I was just saying because it was trending and it's
so I knew
something
that.
to address.
So I knew that comment didn't make no sense to me because we talk about our lives maybe the first 15 minutes, and maybe that's all the homie hears, and then they leave.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, we do try to bring what's trending or
our opinions
or drama.
on things.
Yeah, our opinion about different things. So if you're an OG, then you know. Yeah. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, and if you're still...
I don't feed into it because I really don't care. Like it's one person's opinion compared to all the people that are watching.
The thousands that watch.
And the people that come up to us and show love. So that one person is just like...
doesn't affect.
It's just crickets.
No, yeah, I definitely did not affect me at all. But I just wanted to like bring it up because I do read the comments. And the reason I brought it up, like I said at the beginning, is like it was just a roller coaster. Comments are roller coasters. They could be great and they could be super negative.
But what was the roller coaster for you?
It was like, bam, someone really, really loved our stuff. And then down here is like, oh, you guys are boring. Talk about the same crap. In the same comment. A reply and a comment. That was it.
Okay.
You know? So
don't let it get to you, babe.
No, it didn't.
Okay,
it didn't.
okay.
I just wanted to share it.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys let me know if y'all want me to share more comments or not. Because
share some positive comments.
We'll share some on after the break.
I want to start doing shout outs though. I totally forgot to do, well, I wasn't on the podcast. You see 2 podcasts ago, but if she's an OG, then she's watching. One of the workers for Israel, we met her at the Strawberry Festival, and she told me to send her a shout out.
You got her name?
I think her name was Molly.
Let's go with Molly.
Something Mota. That was her last name, though. That's what I remember. Okay. But shout out to you, girl.
What are the odds that you remember that?
I wasn't on the podcast, so I couldn't send you your shout out. But I just remembered right now. I got you, girl.
All right, you guys, to keep it in the music industry, I want to bring this up because I want you guys and you, Lily Bae, to not give up on your dreams and goals because you just never know. You just never know when something's going to hit. For example, Doshi from Tampa, Grammy Award winner.
Oh, okay.
The one that sings Anxiety.
Hi.
Well, she wrote that song or recorded that song almost 5 to 6 years ago. She sampled it from Goatee. I got the song right here. I'm ready for you guys. Right? She used this sample, put her mix to it, released it on YouTube before she took off. Right? Put it on YouTube. No pasó nada. A rapper then picks up this song
recently.
Yeah, like 2-3 years ago, and puts a mix into it, uses her voice, and just does his thing until like maybe what do you say, like a month ago, it gets on TikTok, and now people are dancing it. They do the dance like Will Smith on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Todo eso, right?
Ah, that's where it comes from.
So now everyone on TikTok is doing this dance. Mm-hmm. Now this becomes pretty much the number one song in the world right now. Mm-hmm. From a dream that happened 6 years ago.
Yeah.
6 years ago, you guys. So my whole point to bring this up is what this podcast is all about, to motivate you guys and to motivate Lily Bae, just in case she needs a little motivation. Is that you just never know when something's going to take off.
Yeah, and we know this. We already know this.
Yeah, and we've talked about this a couple times here on the podcast with like content that we've done.
Yeah.
With T-shirts that we've done for the brand. And you just don't know. You just don't know when something's going to pick it up.
You just got to keep pushing. If it's something that you truly love and are passionate about, just keep pushing because you never know when something's going to blow up.
Sorry, I'm a little motivated today.
I love that. Love that. Yeah.
Let's go on break because I've been drinking my drink too much, but we'll be right back, you guys. I like that t-shirt, man. puroguaris.com. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to part 2 of the TCR podcast, episode 28. Take a breather.
128, baby.
128. Let's go. I'm making sure you're paying attention over there. Now that baseball season is around,
baseball season
is coming. Baseball, it is coming. Actually, opening day is this weekend. Super excited about that. Maybe I could get some tickets. Just never know. But the reason I bring it up, Lily Bae, is because this conversation is a conversation you had with a friend this weekend. And it involves a little bit of sports, but not really. The whole point is not sports. The point is, did your parents affect your childhood, right?
Oh, okay.
You were saying that you had a family member that because of the way that the parents were, it affected them. And till this day, it keeps affecting them.
Basically, why this conversation came up this weekend is because I have a friend that has a mother-in-law, and they get along. Hi, bye, how are you doing, and everything. But let's say that the mother-in-law doesn't go above and beyond or doesn't meet the expectations that my friend has, right? And it's nothing bad. Everyone gets along. There's no drama or nothing. So whenever I asked a little bit more questions about how the mom-in-law is or how old is she, does she live close by, and things like that, I realized, wait, this lady is almost 70 years old, and the expectations that my friend has in my head for a 70-year-old lady just didn't make sense, And when I brought it up, thankfully, my friend was kind of like, damn, like, yeah, you're right. I never thought about it that way, Basically, I just told her, like, we can't have unrealistic expectations for somebody that, one, wasn't brought up that way. Two, their age plays a big factor. Like, you can't expect this 70-year-old person to be coming to your house every other day driving, right? Driving to your house every other day or coming through. With scenarios like that, we have to do our part and kind of go to them if we want to grow that relationship, right? So anyways, there was a little bit more that we said about that, but that was one part about it. It kind of led into other examples. And I gave her another example of, because we talked about like our dads and how they grew up and just things like that. But I basically told them, yeah, like I have I have people that I know in my life that still to this day swear up and down that they have daddy issues or that they didn't grow up a certain way, that their dad was never there for them. When it comes to, okay, their dad was there for them to pay the bills, have a roof over their head, have food on the table, and they're with them. The dad wasn't working like 24/7. But the little things that the dad didn't do, which was like going to or taking them, no, which is crazy because that dad that I'm thinking of would go to all the games. It just was lo tenían soccer. Okay. It was just that he wouldn't do anything more like take them fishing or go on family trips.
But he was
or
there
whatever.
at every game. That's
but the certain individual that I'm talking about dwells on the fact that he didn't do more, right? And what I always tell people like this that dwell on things that our parents didn't do, and again, this is only saying if your parents were good, they had a roof over your head, they had, they gave you clothes,
took you to
all
school,
the essentials, right? You went to school and all of that. But for the people that dwell on the extra things that they didn't do, to those people, that's when I tell them, like, look, you have to understand that the majority of our parents were first generation here. One, they didn't speak English, so they had it a lot harder. Two, they had to probably work a lot harder just to get all of the things that we had. They had to figure that out for them. They had to put a roof over their head first, then over yours, then feed everyone, because the majority of us don't have just one mouth, or them didn't have one mouth to feed, right? Work back then, I would think was a lot harder when it came to finding work, finding a ride there, cars there. Remember, a lot of our parents didn't know how to read or didn't know how to write, didn't have a car, didn't know people in the area. They all came here not knowing nothing, so they had to start from scratch. So the fact that they already were able to put a roof over your head, give you food, give you clothes, send you off to school, that to me is already a lot.
Yeah, and there was no resources like there's today online, and you search things. Let's say on TikTok, you learn parenting things.
Yeah,
like none of that was available.
Yeah, we have it easier, I would say, compared to them, because like Mando said, there's a lot of things that we can find online to help us understand that we could do better, or we could learn how to save or make extra little money doing ABC. We have so many little examples right at the ends of our fingertips that they didn't have, right?
Yeah, I just feel like it's hard to judge a parent because you don't know their circumstances, right? You don't know what they're going through. Even mine, like I played ball. I played soccer from 6th grade to 8th grade, and then a little bit of high school. And ask me, how many times did my parents go to a game?
Yeah.
Zero. They did not attend any game because games were after school. After school, they're still working.
But let me ask you something.
You know?
Were you sad that they weren't at your game?
It was
like a normal.
It was a normal thing because there was not even any parents there.
Well,
because we were all going through the same situation.
It's true. Mando came up in an area where it was
agriculture. People work until like 7 p.m. The games start at 5:30. They end by 7. You get a bus and you get home, and that was it. We're not all sad because our parents were there. We understood the situation, and it was normal. It was normal. Yeah. It was normal at the time, you know? Now it's like, oh, my parents didn't show up. Oh, it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But it's because that's the normal. You have to go to these games, you know?
Another thing that I wanted to bring up is, for example, I didn't grow up being in any after school activities. And the one time that I tried to be, I clearly remember my dad had to pick me up like at almost 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. That's when our practices was over, right? Because we had to wait for the football team to use the field, whatever, right? I remember him getting there and him being so mad. Like, this is the last time that you're going to come to do this because we cannot be doing this. But at the time, like, I was just like, okay, like, whatever. Yeah, I was probably a little mad, but it is what it is. I never took it to heart. But some people at this age will look back and be like, oh, like, that was fucked up. Like, he should have been there, or like, he should have let you, or whatever. What I see looking back now, I'm like, damn, it's true. What time does my dad be going into work?
Yeah, 3 a.m.,
to this day,
4 a.m.
He goes into work like 3, 4. He's worked in concrete his whole life.
Imagine still having
to pick me up at 11 o'clock at night.
Did that affect you at all, though?
No, because me as an adult, I understand. Like, I'm realistic. I'm like, damn, it makes sense. Now, again, that's just talking to the people that their parents have already gone above and beyond and do things like doing at least the essentials for your children, right? Now, of course, there's going to be parents that do have the time or can make the time and don't make the time. That's a whole nother subject, right? But for the parents for our parents, your parents that you saw really, really tried to break their generational curses already by coming over here, trying to give you a better future and all of that, I feel like we need to give them more props for being able to give us at least the essentials coming from nothing and starting at absolute zero, right? Because a lot of us still to this day, a lot of us don't know how to, how to get a house, let's say, right? Like a lot of us maybe don't have a home, haven't paid off our car, aren't able to afford like going on vacations and things like that. So imagine them. We have everything. We have all the resources, and we were born here. Imagine them. How much harder it was.
What do you do to this day? Like, your dad is not lovey-dovey. What do you do to change that?
So that's another thing that we kind of talked about this weekend. I was like, they didn't grow up having that lovey-dovey affection, right? And then they have us, but they're first generation here, so they're super busy with life. They don't have the means to get to know. I would say they don't have the examples to learn how to do better or be better. Like we see little examples and I tell you guys all the time, if I see somebody on TikTok saying, oh, like give your man flowers because they deserve it too, I'd be like, damn, that's true. Like I never give my man flowers, right? So we have all these little things examples that we can take and do for ourselves, but they really didn't have that because they were working nonstop 24/7 just to try to establish themselves here, right? So my dad wasn't lovey-dovey growing up at all, right? Like unless he was lit, like drunk, and he'll be like, oh, I love you, like that, right? We all have those parents, right? But so growing up, I saw a TikTok that we're getting older, yes, but we forget that our parents are getting even older, right?
Yeah.
And that made me realize, like, damn, like I don't want to look back. I don't want to look back one day and like I never like hugged my dad or my mom. I always do. I go straight up to my mom, but I didn't want to look back and be like, damn, I should have hugged my dad more, right? And especially knowing like he didn't grow up being like shown affection like that.
Yeah.
So what I did, I'm like, okay, it will be awkward for me to just be like, hey, pa, I just wanted to call you and tell you I love you, right? Yes, that's awkward, especially if we're not used to it. So what I did, I kind of made it like playful with him.
Like annoying kind of maybe?
Yeah, so now like I'll pull up to the store and I'll be like, hey, ma, and I'll hug her and I'll be like, ¿Dónde está mi pa? And like if he's not there, I'll call him. I'll be like, ¿A dónde estás? You should come home, right? You should come to the store right after work. Let me find out. Like I play around with him like that, right? And then he'll laugh it off. Or if he's at the store, I'll go up to him and he'll be washing dishes. I'll hug him from the back and I'll pick his ass up, and I'll be like, hi, pa, how are you doing? Yeah. Like I try to make it more playful.
And awkward at the same time.
And yeah, at the beginning it was awkward, let's say. But fast forward to now, I've been doing this for like maybe since you've known me, right? So now it's normal. Like now, like he'll come and he'll hug me too, or in little things like that. But I'm the only one that does that. My siblings still don't do that. My siblings are still like kind of awkward, but sometimes you have to hear it in order for you to be like, damn, that's true. I didn't think about that.
There's like an avenue or a different way to approach it.
Yeah, it's a different way to approach it, but it worked, right? And it wasn't so awkward, or I feel like if I would have done it the other way, that still to this day probably would be awkward for both of us. Because my dad is, how would I describe my dad? More like
traditional. Not machista, but like
not machista at all.
Mexican.
Yeah, like
hardcore,
work, get home.
Doesn't show
emotions. Yeah, so the way that I do it now is more playful. And he calls me too all the time now, right? Like randomly. And it's something that he would never do before. Or now if he needs anything, before, like he only had my mom, I guess, that he would, because my dad's parents both passed before he was even 30. So like his go-to is my mom for the longest. But now he'll call me like, hey, I need you to do this.
Yeah, before he'll call your mom to tell you. Now he goes directly to you.
Yeah, now he'll call me like, hey, I need you to do this. Because you opened up that door. Exactly. So with that said, that's why I try to tell people that still hold, I'm going to call it a grudge, still hold that little grudge against your parents for not being what you expect them to be. I would say really like think about it. Think about everything that they had to go through. Think about what they already gave you and how hard they work for you to have what you have. And then try to do your part on breaking that generational curse, right?
Love that.
But anyways, you got me over here getting emotional, maldito.
I was not expecting that, you guys. But, just this podcast, we open up. We give you the cruda realidad on subjects. And we really enjoy these moments. Thanks, babe, for sharing.
You're welcome.
But
then you better not clip this and put it on TikTok.
I already wrote down the timing on this. But we have a couple minutes, maybe good 10 minutes more to talk about. All right, so a lot of people. I'm gonna say a lot. I'm gonna say maybe 4 or 5 people, but that's a lot of people to me, right? Amanda, when are you bringing the sports segment back? What's up with the sports?
You think a lot of people.
And and I know 90, maybe more percent of the women on here, of the listeners on here are women. So I'm like, I'm not about to bore my audience for 5-10 minutes about sports. So I was like, you know what? Let me switch this up. I'm going to try something new on here. And you guys let me know how you feel about this.
Okay.
Right? So instead of giving y'all, hey, this weekend was so good for Mexico. They won the Confederations Cup or whatever cup that was. And they played so good. And Raúl Jiménez made 2 goals. And the stadium was crazy. And you had stars there. Everyone was there. Instead of giving y'all that spiel, let me give y'all a motivating story about this weekend. And let me know what you guys think about it. You too, Lily Bay. Let me know what you think about it. And also, I'm right here testing out my storytelling expertise. I'm gonna I got some notes, right? But I don't want to go through the notes like word by word. I want to give y'all the story because I know the story.
Okay, and dale pues.
So this story is of Raúl Jiménez, ex-Americanista, right? He went from America to Europe, played in a couple teams over there until he finally landed in the Wolves in England, right? He played there for maybe a couple months or whatever, and he rose to the top. He was scoring goals like crazy, and he was at his prime. Everyone in Mexico were super excited for him. You would see jerseys everywhere of his number in Mexico because he was doing so good here at this team, right? Until one day he has just a very, I want to say atrocious, how do you say that word?
Atrocious?
Atrocious crash with David Luiz, pretty much head-to-head collision. He drops to the floor like lights out completely, right? Gashed open, really bad injury.
Damn.
Goes to the hospital. Pretty much the doctors say that he was almost about to lose his life and possibly he was never going to play soccer again.
Damn, playing soccer?
So this is 2020 through COVID and all that. So there's a lot of documentaries showing his trayectoria of him, his recuperación y todo eso. And it's just crazy the amount of, therapy he went through. He even finally came back to play soccer, but he would wear like a cast, like a little helmet thing, which was super weird, right? For him to play. So then fast forward,
So he did play again.
So yeah, he started playing once again and everything. And then fast forward to now, he's back to normal. He scored 4 goals in the last 2 games. And now he's leading the Mexicans to the World Cup.
Damn.
He's playing amazing. He's doing really, really good. But the reason I bring this up, more motivation, I just feel like it's for someone to tell you, 1, you could have almost lost your life. And 2, you probably won't be playing soccer anymore. And then now you're at the peak of your career. I could just imagine if, you just never know, right?
If he would have listened and not even tried.
Or if that wouldn't have happened, who would Raúl Jiménez be today? So that's kind of, a little story that I wanted to bring here. And you guys let me know what you guys think.
So he played this weekend?
He played this weekend. He played on Thursday. He played on Sunday. In both games, he scored 2 goals and 2 goals. And pretty much Mexico won because of him. And now he is pretty much, I'm pretty sure he should be or is going to be the captain of Mexico going into the World Cup.
That's amazing.
And I feel like it's just the motivation. Number 1, because he used to play for America, so I have like a good place for him in my heart for sure. And number 2, he's just a freaking beast. So shout out to Raúl Jiménez. I can't wait to see what you do in the World Cup. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. So in other words, también when something like that happens, you never know. I just said it the other day. Sometimes you have to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
For you to rise up.
Peak. Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes things like this happen, but it's just so you can push harder and hopefully you'll see results like that.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, you guys. A little more. Still some soccer stuff, but this one's good. pretty much the FIFA World Cup drops a soundtrack for every city.
Okay.
Right? And I think there's 16 cities, 16 stadiums for the World Cup next year. And each city has a soundtrack.
Oh, yeah? I never knew that.
I'm going to play my top 5 favorite soundtrack songs. And you're going to try to guess which one is which, right? I'm going to give you options. LA, ready? LA, Guadalajara, Ciudad de Mexico, Monterrey, and Philly. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
LA, Guadalajara, Ciudad de Mexico, Monterrey, and Philly.
LA,
right.
Guadalajara, Monterrey, Ciudad de Mexico. There's a lot of Mexico.
Yeah. Well, these are my favorite songs.
Oh.
Okay. Favorite little anthems, right? So I'm going to start with the first one. I'm going to start with one of my favorite ones. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Guadalajara. Listen. So pretty much this song will start playing when before the game starts, the players coming out of the field, you know?
I knew because of the mariachi and the grito.
Okay, that's the first one. That was the easy one. This is one of my favorite ones. This one, just listen.
Philly.
Philly, baby. This is fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jamming, boy.
That you make.
That's good, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, this one's a dead giveaway, but I'm going to play it. You ready? Come on. This is jamming.
I'm missing Monterrey, Ciudad de Mexico, and LA. I guess Ciudad de Mexico.
Come on. This is not giving you Tribal Monterrey vibes?
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me play it again. They jamming out. Okay. Another one.
So I got that one wrong.
You got that one wrong. You got 2 more.
I'm assuming.
Come on, babe.
Ciudad de Mexico.
Ciudad de Mexico got the cumbia jamming. All right. And I guess this one's a dead giveaway because that's the last one. LA, baby.
Mm-hmm. So it's all the same song. It's just played differently depending on the location.
The city puts a remix to it. And I feel like, I might be wrong, right? I feel like this is the first time that this is done this way because previously there's one anthem per country, right? But since this World Cup is mixed up between, I know you don't know this, Canada, United States, and Mexico, different cities all over, they're going to get together and host this World Cup, which sucks. I wish one country would have held it and that's it. But this time, they mixed it up between these 3 countries. Pero no pasa nada. I'm excited for it regardless. But every year, you see how excited I get about soccer?
Yeah, you lost me 10 minutes ago.
Every year, every 4 years, like for example, when France had the World Cup, there was one anthem and then, everything sounded the same. But this year, I don't know what happened, but I'm here for it. They got an anthem for each song, for each city. And the anthem pretty much shows the vibe of the country, right? Mm-hmm. And they always do it really good. Like when it was in Africa, they had like African style music, was really, really good. When it was over in Dubai, they had like the Dubai drums and all that. And now this year, they just mixed it all up and it's going to be great. So I'm excited for World Cup 2026. And let me know down below, you guys, if you guys want to hear some World Cup stuff. It's not the boring, typical Rafa Marquez just made a goal or Cuauhtémoc Blanco. It's like, no, we're going to give you, topics that you guys might like.
Okay, I like that. Mm-hmm.
Before we go.
Yeah, because now I want to know who this guy is that you were just talking about.
Raúl Jiménez?
I want to see how he got hit or.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah?
It's bad.
It wasn't during COVID? You said?
It was, like right before COVID, but his recuperación
like this didn't
was
come
COVID,
up on my FYP at all. I never knew about this.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, that wraps up today's podcast. I don't know if you have a little motivation, but I do. I have some motivation. And this is I'm going to put it up for you guys. Gary Vee actually shared this. Shit that doesn't matter and shit that does matter. Shit that doesn't matter, other people's opinion. Mm-hmm. Whatever happened yesterday, that thing you failed at, your freaking age. Shit that doesn't matter. Shit that does matter, you woke up this morning. Your health, doing what you love, You have clean food and clean water. You don't know how important that is and how we take that for granted. Clean water, you guys. And last but not least, shit that matters, your loved ones. So just screenshot this. I'm going to leave it right here so you guys could check it out. And yeah.
All right. I have a different type of motivation today, actually. This goes out to anyone that's going through it with their significant other, maybe might be going through a breakup or thinking that things are coming to an end, right? This goes out to you. Being loved is the minimum. Make sure you are also being respected, prioritized, supported, desired, and understood. Ooh. The reason why I wanted to bring this up is because on this podcast, we talk a lot about our relationship. Yeah. And gracias a Dios, up until this moment, we haven't had any drama or anything bad, let's say, that we go through. So we always speak about the good. The good, how that part, right? But over the weekend, I was talking to somebody that's going through it right now with their significant other, but it's hard for them to leave because they've been together for so long, yada, 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 right? So to that person is who I sent this quote to because, yeah, being loved is the minimum. Your significant other should want to be with you, should want to hang out with you, should support you, prioritize you. Like if they're giving you excuses for any of that, they're not for you because your person should be your best friend, 100%. Should be the one that's always there to help you, want to grow with you, want to go places with you. So if you find yourself constantly going to parties without them because they didn't want to go or making up excuses for them for whatever you guys might go through, that person is not the one for you because your person will want to be with you there 24/7 unless randomly there's random days they're sick or they had something else going on. It's fine. But if you find yourself always making excuses for these people, they're not the ones for
Moving on, baby.
Vete, because you're just literally wasting your time. You're going to find somebody out there that is going to do all of these things for you and
Times
more.
10.
Exactly. So
20.
why are you guys dealing with this bullshit? Why? There's so many girls out there. There's so many guys out there. Bye. See you never, honey.
There you go.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. See you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for joining us on today's podcast. I don't know if it was a long one or a short one. It felt super short, but we brought the fire today and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys on the
next podcast.
Nos vemos.
Bye.